Hello everyone, Lady DeWinter here, and today I want to talk to you about Lion Brand 24/7 cotton yarn. Now, I've never used it before. It is very thin, very thin. I am basically crocheting a dishcloth just to test it out to see how it works. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm using a half double crochet, 28 stitches wide. So that is what it looks like so far. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm trying it for the very first time. If it makes a nice dishcloth, I'll be making all my dishcloths out of this. Now, the one thing I'm going to warn you about making a dishcloth out of yarn is that if you wash sharp knives with it, you're going to slice it open eventually, and your dishcloth will fall apart. I recommend a sponge for your knives. But for a dishcloth, this feels like it's going to scrub really nice. It really does. It feels like it's going to scrub nicely. So, and I'm using brown, because I bought this for some other purpose and it is not going to work for that purpose. I was going to make a pot holder out of it, and then I found out that it's too thin for that. It will not make a very good pot holder unless you put something in the center of it. Now, I plan on making a pot holder like that and showing you guys how to do it very soon. I just have to find the inside fabric and buy some more 24/7 yarn, because I only bought one skein. Not sure how I was going to like it. But so far for this purpose, I like it. I think it's going to work out to make a really nice dishcloth. So, and my nose itches. Now, you may not have known, but I have been ill for probably 2 weeks now. I've said so in previous videos. I think I'm on the mend. Now, you have to understand, when I get sick, I get sick. I get bronchitis because I have COPD. Never smoked a day, but I have COPD. Everybody around me smoked. So anyway, I have been struggling with that and trying to breathe and get my self to the point where I can function despite everything. I've been coughing, which you've heard in a couple of videos, and probably all I had to do was mention coughing. That's all I had to do, and I start coughing. So anyway, that's what is going on with my health and all. Other than that, I feel great. It's just this cold, whatever you want to call it, bronchitis. I'm not even sure what it is. I'm going to move my bag over here so it's out of the way, kind of. So we're going to have to just see how that all works out. Now, I took apart the shawl I was making, and the reason I did that, and I'm going to hold this up a little bit higher in the air, I think, so you guys can see it. Although that makes it a little tougher to crochet. But anyway, yeah, it's been a real challenge to get anything done here lately. So I do hope you will be patient with me and understand that I am turning 65 this year, and I am starting to feel it. I am honestly starting to feel my 65 years. I really am. So anyway, but I will be making more dishcloth and things of that type. I'm almost done making most of the clothes. I still have 2 more pullover sweaters to make and the Christmas cardigan. And then I'm finished with that, because, folks, I only need so much stuff. I don't need 12 sweaters. I don't need 12 shirts. I don't need 12. And making all this stuff like the shawls and the little wraps with all that, I don't need them. And then I have to figure out where I'm going to store them. And I don't have a lot of room. So, and as for yarn reviews, I don't have a lot of room to store yarn that I'm not going to use. So I tend to buy yarns that I am going to use for a project or the other, and then use those yarns for that. I cannot afford to just go out and buy yarn willy-nilly, and I do not have the room to buy yarn willy-nilly. So if I buy a yarn, it's because I have an intention for a project. Now, the yarn that I bought for that shawl was a stupid purchase. It was a beautiful yarn, but I don't wear shawls. I don't like shawls. They do not keep me warm. I do not feel like they are worth the money it cost me in yarn to make it, just so it'll hang in my closet collecting dust for the rest of the year. So I have decided that I am going to maybe make a few lap warmers for family members as gifts, and dishcloths and things like that. And hopefully you guys enjoy watching me do this. I hope. I'm also going to be doing some planner stuff, and garden season is just about over, and I will take you out in the garden on a warmer, sunnier day, because today it is really, really cold out there. But I will take you out and show you. We did plant garlic and onions for overwintering, and so that's something that I've got to do, and I've got to hook up the watering system again, because when it gets to freezing here, we have to unhook our garden hose. Yes, I'm in Georgia, and we had 3 days, well, 2 days of below 31, and then 2 more days of below 35, which that's above 35 and above is not, that's not freezing, but below 31 is, and it will freeze your pipes and burst them, and yeah, so I really didn't want to go through that. So basically, I unhooked all the hoses and all in the garden, which we will have to go hook them back up again, because it's going to be needing watering soon. Now's the time of year with it getting cold that I only have to water maybe once a week. It doesn't really require any more water than that. Now, if it rains, that's cool, but if it doesn't, oops, where'd my stitch go? There it goes. If it rains or anything, then, that's a totally different story. I don't know why that's sticking out like that, but anyway, so that's what I've been doing, guys, and I hope you understand that, like I said in an earlier video, this was not meant to be a crochet channel. I am a very slow crocheter. I cannot afford to run out and buy yarn. I'm on a widow's pension, and I don't make anything on YouTube. Years back, they took my partnership away because I wasn't getting enough views. So I don't make a dime on YouTube. So I can't even use the YouTube profits to buy yarn. So, yeah. So basically, if I buy a yarn, it will be to make something out of it. That's why you're seeing a lot of Hobby Lobby yarns, redos of that. Like, and you'll be seeing a lot of the same yarns, different types of those yarns, but the same brand of yarn, is because I just don't have the money to run out and buy every pretty yarn there is on the market just because it's pretty. And I don't have the space to store it all, to be honest. I'm sorry, folks, my nose itches. I can't help it. I'm honestly, my nose is just, oh God. I think because I had my face by my cat, I think I got cat hair on my face or something, and my face itches, my nose itches, everything itches. But I digress. So you will see different yarns from time to time, but pretty much of the time I use the same yarn because I make pretty much of the same things over and over again. So, but I will be making, I'm going to try my hand at making a few other things. I have not really made a lot of a variety of things so far. The wearables is the first time in my life I have ever made a wearable, folks. I've never made wearables before, other than scarves, hats, gloves, that kind of thing. I've never made a wearable before. couple years ago, I actually made a cardigan, a sleeved cardigan out of granny squares. It's a mishmash of leftover yarns that I had. In fact, some of it's made with the yarn behind me. I had a lot of that yarn because I was gifted a ton of that yarn because I love the colors. So anyway, so I made a cardigan out of that, and that blanket that's behind me, and then I made another blanket and donated it to a nursing home, which kind of ticked me off because I found out they were selling the stuff I was donating. So I stopped donating. But, you know, I made a lot of stuff out of that before, but up until now, I've never made blouses or like pullover sweaters or anything like that. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm trying. So far, the Lion Brand 24/7 is crocheting up very well. Very easy to work with. It's thin. It is very thin yarn. I'll show you. It's really super thin. I am using an H8 needle and doing a half double crochet. I'd probably get a better mesh if I used a single crochet. I don't know. I do know that this is making some holes, so that might not be the best idea for yarn. Now, I have used Lily's Sugar and Cream before, but it hurts my hands something terrible. I cannot use it anymore. It's very painful to crochet with that stuff. So, I don't use it. So I will be trying out different cotton yarns to see which one works good for pot holders and dishcloths and all that. And I'll let you guys know. So far, I'm liking this yarn. I just wish it worked up a little bit tighter. As you can see, it's got holes, and I'm not sure how that's going to clean my dishes, but we're going to try it and see. If this one doesn't work, maybe a single crochet would work better. So we'll have to see. I may alternate between single and double crochets on this. I don't know. So let's see. The first two were single crochets. Then somehow I accidented into double. So we'll go 1, 2, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows of half double, and then I'll do a couple rows of single again and do it that way. And maybe that will make a nice dishcloth. Now, there's a lot of patterns for dishcloths and stuff. You just have to keep in mind the yarn you're using when you make them. If you use a thin yarn like this, it's going to be a thin dishcloth. The tighter the stitch, the better off you are if you really want to not be washing your dishes with your hands. So, but yeah, so I'll let you know how this works up and what I think of it after a few uses. And that will be that. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Lady De Winter, reminding you that you're never too old to do anything you put your mind to doing. Sorry, I got a little waylaid by my crochet. Bye-bye for now.